To ensure your Cornerstone portal has the most up-to-date data, you can create data feeds that import one or more files on a scheduled basis. These files are typically generated by an HRIS or third-party vendor and placed on your Cornerstone-provided FTP. To create a new data feed, select the feed settings from the Cornerstone Extend Import homepage. Next, select the Create Feed button. There are 6 sections of a feed: Overview, File Setup, Scheduling, Notifications, Encryption, and Changelog. In the Overview section, edit the name of your feed by selecting the pencil icon, entering a new name, and selecting Enter on your keyboard. You may also change the path on your FTP where import finds the delivered files. Next, choose your files by selecting the Add File button. Use the flyout to select the data type that applies to the data you are loading. From the Configuration drop-down, select the configuration you have already built for the selected data type. Next, enter the name of the file you are adding. If the file name will not change for future loads, enter the full file name. If the file name changes for each load, for instance, a date is added to the file name for each day it's loaded to the FTP site, only enter the prefix for the file, as shown here. In the Include this file in the Feed section, select Yes to activate the file. If No is selected, the file will not be processed by the feed. When finished, select the Add File button. Multiple files can be added to a feed. For example, add multiple user and organizational unit files so they all process at the same time. The Check File button validates that the files are present on the FTP and displays a green check if present or red X if files are missing. Use the Run Feed button to manually trigger the feed and process the files from FTP. Select the added files to make edits or remove the file from the feed. Once your files have been set, select the Scheduling tab to set the feed frequency. Click the Set Schedule button to open the scheduling flyout and choose if the feed should run hourly, daily, weekly, or monthly. The scheduling options available are dependent on the frequency option selected. A summary displays, showing you the next 5 run times from your current selection. Click the Save Schedule button to save your schedule. Use the Notifications tab to select who will receive communications regarding the feed status. Clicking Add Notification opens the notification flyout. In the recipient email field, enter the email address for a single user who should receive a notification. Select the status that triggers the email. Statuses include Feed Start, Feed Error, Feed Complete, and Feed Stuck. Selecting the Key Encryption option will notify the recipients 30 days and 14 days before the encryption key associated with this feed expires. You can select multiple statuses for a single recipient. Set the Enable this notification option to Yes to activate the notifications for this recipient. Select the Add Notification buttons to save. Only one recipient can be entered with each notification. However, you can create multiple notifications to accommodate multiple recipients. Select a created notification to update or remove the notification from the feed. With the Encryption tab, it is possible to select an encryption key if one is associated with your file. And if you desire the reports from your feed to be encrypted, select a Report Encryption key. If no encryption is used, leave this tab blank. Use the Changelog tab to review the modifications made to the feed, including who made changes, when the change was made, and the specific modification made. Use the Filters button to narrow down the results of the log by the area changed and the user who made the change. Finally, to activate your feed, select the gray toggle next to the name. When the toggle is blue, the feed is active. After the feed is created, select it from the Feed Settings page to see an overview of your selections and to make any changes. Files cannot be added or changed while the feed is enabled. To make the changes to the feed, set the active toggle to Off. From the Import homepage, select Feed Runs to view the progress and status of all imported feeds. Use the Filter button to easily find specific runs by its status or the person who ran the feed. Once you found a specific run, select it to view its details, including the details of the loaded records, settings, and a log of notifications sent. Below the graph, select the individual file to view the Load Details page for that file.